Alright. I think it's about time to turn off. Press Garden Zone Act 2. Up! I gotta realize that the YouTube volume controls, if you turn it up a bit, it turns up a lot. I cannot imagine what that sounds like at max volume. That was like barely up, but that was so loud. Why do I have my audio so loud? I'm pretty sure I don't. Okay. Thank you, Sonic Mania OST, for the good music. Let's X out of that. Alright, do I still have the vignette on? I don't think I do. Okay, yeah, I don't. Good. We're good to go. Got the chat up this time. For it to be there on the YouTube upload. And we will get into this. I realized beforehand that I hadn't set it up in a way where I didn't know what I was going to do with interviewing someone or talking to someone over Discord. I didn't know how I was going to set up the view of it for you guys on stream. So for the sake of not having anything set up for that, we're just going to have me here like I do the solo KoiCasts with how it is right now. And I'll just be talking to Fluffy on Discord. And you'll hopefully be able to hear his voice, and hopefully audio's going to be perfectly okay. Things usually go pretty well with using Discord in terms of audio without needing to worry about settings. So we should be good. Although I should probably unmute myself before calling. That'd be smart. What's up, Sky? Did I kidnap your Floofy? There may have been some kidnapping involved. Alright. Let me, just in case I need it up, open up Windows Volume Mixer 2. And give a call. And we will start this up. So again, plan is little interview, chill, talk, then go over some talking points. Fuck, that scared me. What's up, Fox? Thanks for the gifted sub. The Fluffy's ding. Why did I read that as Fluffy's dingus? What is Fluffy's dingus? Fluffy's dings? Thanks for the gifted sub, Fox. Hope you're having a good Friday as well. Really, really means a lot. Also, welcome into the Fish fam. Fluffy's dingus. Has that been said before? Alright, so a little interview, go over some OSU-related talking points and stuff, then take viewer questions. That's the plan. Questions about anything for Fluffy, for me, for any life questions in general. That we'll do at the end. And I'm going to give Fluffy a call, and then we'll get the audio all good. Oh, okay. Good. Except I might turn this up a bit. Output volume. Okay.
Just let me know if they can hear me or not.
I think they can hear you. Here, wait, talk for a moment.
Oh.
I'm gonna turn it up a tiny bit.
Yeah, I probably sound really quiet.
It's all good. As long as I don't raise my microphone's volume. Why do I have my output the same as my input volume? I don't want to be increasing my voice as I'm increasing the sound here. Let's try this.
Right. Is this any better?
I think that's a bit better. That should do. Let me double confirm in Windows settings that my voice isn't blasting everyone on stream. I guess I could just ask, are we good? Is my voice, everyone listening on stream, the same volume?
Sound all good?
Hopefully it's all good. I've got everything maxed out, Discord-wise.
Everything's maxed out. You go into OSU and it's just like everything's maxed out there. Like,
oh, shit. I'm gonna have to change that. Oh my god. I'm gonna forget too. I know I'm gonna forget.
Get blasted with Hime as you enter
Oh
OSU.
no. Alright. It's the guy that actually shows up when you Google image KoiFishu. Oh yeah, so if you Google image KoiFishu, Fluffy, your profile picture for Twitch
Wait,
comes up as like the first thing.
why does my profile come up?
I don't know. It's really weird. And then it's just a bunch of thumbnails of my YouTube videos and streams.
I gotta see this. I just end up literally getting koi fishes.
Oh, does it say on Google search instead for KoiFishu under like showing results at the top?
No,
Oh, really?
no, not for me. I just get a bunch of koi fish, like actual koi fish.
That's what happened to me the first time, but then somehow I got it in a way where I could see your profile picture. Oh, you know what? Now I've done it and I just see a bunch of Kohaku iPhone cases from Society. I don't know what this is. Anyway. All right. Also, what's up, Asher? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, apologies if any of the volume's a bit weird.
Yeah,
But
it's just Discord things, I guess. Just Discord different volumes and everything.
yeah. I might lower my voice volume a little bit for the stream just to for if people want to turn it up for your voice. Mine isn't like overpowering.
Yeah.
All right. I think we should be okay though.
Hey, we should be. Hopefully, we're all good.
Hopefully all good. Oh, actually. There we go. Okay. So, how you doing, Fluffy? How are things?
So far, doing good so far.
Glad to hear.
Doing good so far.
This is actually... Oh, what?
I was about to say, what about yourself?
I'm doing well. Had a nice, good, relatively productive Friday that also involved, like, 2 hours of napping when I probably should have been doing something else.
That's lucky. I've
Yeah.
been up since like 2 p.m. and then just haven't. I've only got home at about 8 o'clock.
Oh, God.
Been out all day.
Well, hopefully you had some productivity, though.
Yeah, mostly.
Hopefully. So, as I guess you already know because I've talked to you or told you before the stream, I've got some random little questions for you
Yeah.
to do like a tiny interview, and then we'll talk about some other stuff. I've never done this before though. The only time I've ever tried to sort of interview someone was with someone I know in real life, and we did it in person on stream.
Yeah. So it makes it a little bit easier as
Yeah.
well.
So, as well for everyone watching, apologies if I don't know what I'm doing while doing this.
It's just like, what is it when you do like your first time commentating on an OC
Yeah.
tournament, and it's just like, what do I say? They're clicking circles. Oh, he clicks another circle.
I can't imagine. Have you done that before?
Yes, I have. It's once you get in the flow of it, like once you've said one thing and then you have someone else with you at the time doing a commentary, it makes it a lot easier because you can just go in the flow of things. But when you're by yourself, you just think, am I talking too much? Am I distracted from the gameplay? Am I not saying enough?
Yeah.
It's definitely easier when there's two commentators. I can see why there's usually two commentators now.
Yeah,
there's an OSU tourney.
I don't know if I've ever watched a Osu tourney where there's only been one. I'm sure that that's happened though, and I feel really bad for whoever had to.
Yeah, it's happened to me once, but it's like it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Like you just go on and just say what you just see, sort of thing, and then you just say, "Oh, that's really unfortunate." And obviously, you know the maps in advance as well as the players, so you can say, "Oh, this is the hard section coming up."
That's true. I remember whichever tournament it was where Raruchi got an S on image material way back when.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
On anti-beat, I believe that was. It's called anti-beat.
That sub sound overpowered your voice a little. Thanks for the sub though. Really, really means a lot. Welcome into the Fish fam. Oh wait, I didn't even realize Fox gifted that. Fox, thanks for the 2 gifted subs. Really, really means a lot. Anti-beat, right?
Yeah, I believe it was the anti-beat tourney, if I remember correctly.
And I remember
anti-beat versus something. I can't remember exactly, but I know what you're going on about.
Yeah, there were like I know there were. I felt like there were 3 or 4 or 5 people talking over it. It was,
Yeah,
and everyone was just freaking out when he
Orochi,
S'd.
yeah, S the image material. I believe it wasn't that a slider break as well.
I think it was, yeah.
FC, but it was a S on the commentators were just going absolutely mad over it.
Yeah.
I still remember that.
I
But
think
I guess it was a big highlight in Osu as well because that was the first S on image material set in a tourney as well.
yeah. We're one of Uruchi's last big
Yeah,
plays. That how long
went out,
ago was
went
that?
out with a bang.
Yeah. I feel like that was a lot longer than I think it was. Like 2 or 3 years ago.
I actually have no idea. I wonder if he's still in top 50 for image material.
I think he is.
Yeah.
Maybe not, actually. I haven't checked in a
Oh
long
no,
time.
no, he is. He did that 3 years ago.
Oh my god.
That was 3 years ago.
How is in Cookies he got unbanned like 2 years ago? I don't understand how.
Yeah, because he got unbanned a year after that,
Hmm.
I believe.
I forgot he FC'd that too.
Yeah, he's FC'd it with the crazy accuracy.
Yeah.
That was back when he was the 4 digit as well.
Oh my
He did
god. And he streamed on
4 digit.
Twitch.
Yeah, and he streamed on Twitch back then as well.
That was nice. Then have to go
Literally
to
crashed
Open Rep.
Band show as well when he came
Yeah.
back.
Oh, that was
I
fun. I remember that.
that was funny. I wasn't around that time.
Oh, really?
No, I wasn't around when he so-called came back. Or I think if I was around, I probably was like playing Osu not as often. Like I would come on like once a week sort of thing.
So you've because what rank are you right now? Like 1100?
Well, I decayed back to 1.2.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm 1.2k at the moment.
I feel like you've gone up pretty fast then. If you weren't really like playing when Cookies got unbanned.
No, I've been playing Osu. Okay, so I created my account. I believe it's coming up to 3 years now. But when I first started Osu, I was like pretty much how everyone else comes into Osu. They don't play it as much. They focus on like other game. Like back then, I was focusing more on Counter-Strike, and I came on Osu just to warm up my mouse aim.
A lot of people.
So I played so I played Quaver and all that sort of thing back then. Just playing very jumpy maps. And then later afterwards, I let go of CS:GO and stopped playing that and just focused on just Osu.
Nice.
I believe been focused on Osu for 2 years.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Let it take you away from all your other main games.
Yeah.
I haven't even passed Quaver actually, the final diff.
I think I have actually. I'm not 100%. I kind of don't play for passes. If I feel like I can FC this or I can get a few misses, then I'll play the map.
Yeah.
I don't go for can I just get a straight C or a straight B? I want to go for either an A or an S.
That's also probably why your overall AC is like what, 99.4?
It's 99.2 at the minute since the HD nerf.
Oh.
Before the HD nerf, it was 99.35.
Damn. I actually gained a tiny bit of accuracy from it somehow.
But not only that was I take a lot of pride in accuracy in Osu. It's one of the main things of like if I've FC'd this really hard song, if I'm not happy with the accuracy, I will keep playing it until I get, even if it's a one miss, if it's better accuracy, I would always accept that.
Yeah.
It's accuracy for me has always been something that's been really important to me in Osu.
I feel like that's a good thing to have that's important to you, because I remember for like my first 2.5 or even 3 years of playing Osu, I cared about accuracy a ton. And ever since I stopped caring about it as much, which is also kind of ever since I started streaming, I don't know why, I've literally gone down from 99.2 to like 98.8, and it's painful.
Yeah. I was the opposite when I first came into Osu. I didn't care about accuracy. I was just like, I want to get these FCs. I want to get my combos up. But then when I realized, I was like, hey, I probably should work on my accuracy because it rewards me a little bit better.
Yeah.
For accuracy. that's when I started focusing more onto getting better accuracies, and then eventually learning to get into hard rock, because it made it harder to make the notes more accurate, or it's harder to get accuracy on hard rock. So it's kind of like pushing point for me to be like, how good can my accuracy be?
I didn't get into hard rock. I didn't start using hard rock until like 5 months ago.
Yeah, hard rock is something that I don't see a lot of players sort of get into. They kind of either like, I want to play this because I want to play with a mod but not play with DT, and then they'll move on to hard rock because they either can't read hidden or they just not a fan of hidden. So it's kind of like they don't get a choice of what they want to do.
Yeah. People in the chat are talking about how low I almost said latency. How low the latency is. It's very nice. I've got a nice, for everyone in the chat who's saying how much latency you have, I have a solid 1.5 seconds right now.
Ooh.
It's very, very nice.
I don't even know how to check that. I haven't checked the Twitch beta.
If you have FFZ installed, then you can see the latency under the stream, and I guess you have to... Oh yeah, you do have to check it in your dashboard settings or something if you want the low latency option. I forgot it doesn't like auto do it for you. But it's very nice. I'm scared of it because it says beta and it also says...
Oh yeah, and then they enter a change in and it can all go
wrong. And it says under the normal latency option that if you want the best video quality, choose this one. And so I'm slightly concerned, but everything seems fine, at least right now.
Yeah.
What's cool though is that you can change it during a stream. Surprisingly.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought it was like you had to be stuck with that latency, and then if it didn't work, you had to end stream and restart it. And
yeah.
That's why I kind of avoided it a little bit, because I was like, I don't want to be messing around with stuff in beta when I just want to wait until it comes out of beta and then give it a try.
Yeah. I remember when do you use Streamlabs OBS actually?
I used to, but then at one point they started doing updates again, and it couldn't run on my PC. So I was like, oh, I'll have to go back to Studio. But I do enjoy Streamlabs OBS.
Yeah,
I will go back to it once it's fully developed.
Yeah, I've been using it ever since it updated to 0.9.0, which I think was the last update. And I think this is the first time while using it for me that it hasn't had issues or crashed.
Ooh.
Which is cool.
I do like the Streamlabs. It just makes it so much easier to reach, to have chat open, to have your Twitch alerts, have a preview. It just makes it so much easier instead of having like all these different tabs on your computer on the second monitor to keep looking at and keep checking, and it's all there on that one screen for you. And
they've got that good CPU usage as well. At least they say they do.
I had to upgrade my CPU recently. And
I did too.
It feels so good once you've upgraded a PC, and it's like, yes, I can feel the difference.
Yeah. What CPU did you upgrade to?
I used to have an i5, but now I have an i7 4770K.
Nice. I went from i5 to an i7 as well.
Yeah. Now it's all about them i9s, really.
Oh yeah.
It's just like I'm gonna stay behind a little bit, wait until the i11 comes out, then move to i9.
I need a nice i11, 9, 10 core, 11 cores. Actually, that would sound nice. Although it might be like a couple $1,000.
Yeah.
Quick donation goal, easy peasy.
Set a donation goal.
Guys, I really promise this will improve the quality of my streams. Please.
Things runs 10 times smoother.
I need $8,000. Very nice. So, one of the questions I have written down here is, how do you get into streaming? Because I was interested.
So it's a long story ago, because basically how it started was I used to do YouTube before doing Twitch. So I used to do YouTube videos, but then at the time I didn't really feel like doing a YouTube video, and my friend suggested I go on Twitch and do a live stream, because not only that, I used to play Black Ops 3 Zombies back then, and he accused me of cheating in Black Ops 3 Zombies. It sounds really stupid, but I used to get up to like the really high rounds,
Nice.
and he would always sort of question how I got there, and he would say like, "Oh, you're cheating, or you edit the video because you're cheating," sort of thing. So at the start, it started off as just to prove to my friend or to show him how I did it in like through live streams.
Yeah, I consider myself to be a great warrior.
After a few live streams, I kind of felt like I preferred live
7,999
streaming
left.
because it was just a lot easier, and there was a live chat audience sort of thing to tell you how everything's going, and it kind of helps you with your gaming in a way.
Yeah.
And then started streaming CS:GO, and then started streaming Osu now and then.
Nice.
So it was all because my friend recommended to live stream because he thought I was cheating, got me into live streaming.
Cheating zombies.
Cheating zombies, yeah. Black Ops 3 Zombies.
How long ago was that? Unless you said and I missed it. There's a donation during that boomed some volume.
When did Black Ops 3 come out? That's pretty much the date.
When did it come out?
That
Also,
came
Chris.
At, November 6, 2015.
Oh.
That's when I first started my Twitch streams.
Wow,
So,
Black Ops 3 came out 3 years ago. What the hell?
Yeah. It doesn't feel like it sometimes, but now we're sitting here and Black Ops 4's coming out soon.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Before I get into this, actually, Chris, thanks for the $1 D. He says 7,999 left to go for the donation goal. Feels good. Black Ops 4. I highly doubt anyone watching cares about this, but
I know what you're about to say. What they've added.
Black Ops 4 has made the smart business decision to remove the single player campaign and bring Battle Royale into the game. And not only that, but they've specifically said, apparently in their reveal yesterday or 2 days ago, that they're having not one zombie map when you buy the game for $60, but 3 zombie maps, because
I kind of like that.
I kind of like that too. I'm probably not going to play it.
I will admit though, I am kind of a little bit annoyed that they got rid of the single player. Like, it wasn't like, okay, you didn't play Call of Duty just for the single player, but it was kind of nice to play Call of Duty for let's just say people who are not used to playing Call of Duty or want to get introduced. They can play the campaign and learn the controls and playing through a campaign, because sometimes some of the campaigns were actually pretty good. Like, I still really enjoyed Modern Warfare 2's single player campaign.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, why not just add the Battle Royale as well as the single player?
I think someone somewhere probably figured out that if they wanted to add a single player, it would take X amount of money, and if they wanted to an X amount of time, and if they wanted to add Battle Royale, it would take like 10% of that.
Yeah, I'm just questioning how Battle Royale is going to work in Call of Duty, to be honest.
I think they said I've only learned this through like gaming news related YouTube videos that YouTube pushes down my throat and recommended, but what I've learned, I think, is that it's going to be, according to them, the biggest Battle Royale map that has ever been made.
Oh, not a biggest battle. I've had enough of PUBG running simulator.
Biggest map, we're talking, I've never played a Battle Royale game, but probably like a solid 20-30 minutes of downtime between kills by the looks of it.
See, that I'm probably not going to enjoy it, because it's like the same with that problem I have with PUBG is you land somewhere, let's say like not a high pop area, like where other people land. You spend like 30 minutes trying to find someone to kill after you've got geared it up and everything. You're 30 minutes looking for one person. You find one person and then he just kills you instantly. And it's like, I just wasted 30 minutes. Where I wanted them to. I thought it was going to be like maybe a battle royale in a small type of map, like of how normally Call of Duty maps are. Yeah. And then it's just maybe a bit larger, but just so it fits the battle royale, but it's going to be more quicker pace. But now hearing it's going to be the largest map kind of worries me a little bit. Yeah, the
largest map, and apparently going to have air vehicles that you can use. So that's what they apparently mainly pushed, was the largest map and vehicles you can fly around in and shoot people from.
Oh god.
And they've said that they're, I thought I should mention this, revolutionizing Call of Duty by removing the single player campaign.
And they say that for every Call of Duty, that they're revolutionizing.
Yeah.
Like, what was it when Ghost came out? Revolutionizing that you can vault over stuff.
Yeah, they've actually removed that for this one.
Yeah.
This one is just, yeah.
But, I mean, I'm probably still going to buy it because I want to play the zombies.
Yeah.
I did the same with World War II. I bought it just for the zombies. You know,
Yeah.
I'm paying $60 for a survival game mode.
And they're gonna have probably a solid $80 special edition.
Season pass, don't forget that as well.
Yeah, season pass, special edition. No campaign, unless actually, you know what? 4 months down the line, campaign DLC.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for a zombies campaign. I still remember when that was a big deal.
Yeah.
When, Black Ops 1 was a thing, and everyone was like, "Oh, there's gonna be a zombies campaign in Black Ops 2." Didn't happen. Black Ops 3 is gonna have a zombies campaign. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's gonna be one for Black Ops 4 now.
I feel like they're definitely. It almost seems like the way they push Black Ops 4, from what I gathered, is that this is Call of Duty Black Ops. Here are zombies, and also we have Battle Royale.
Yeah.
And it was like zombies.
It's like pretty much all the business that they've made over the years of Call of Duty into this one, plus the new highlight, trend of the Battle Royales coming in.
I forgot as well. I completely forgot to mention this. I learned this earlier today. Black Ops 4, its multiplayer is going to, other than the Battle Royale and the zombies, the normal default multiplayer of Black Ops 4 is going to be like a 5v5 team hero shooter, like Overwatch.
Yeah, 5v5, rip the 6-man squads. That's, all I can say, because I used to be a part of that, like having a 6-man squad going in, but them getting rid of it, I hope they still have the different other game modes where it's 6v6.
Yeah, I consider myself to be a great warrior.
Official ground war on console was 99, and then on PC it was 16 versus 16.
Oh,
remember correctly.
Also, before I say anything else, oops, where did that come up? Knight, thanks for the donation. Hope you're doing well. I really should turn down these donation sounds while I do this, because they're really, really loud.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I got into streaming, was thanks to Black Ops 3. And
nice.
That's pretty much where I started.
That's a good place to start, I feel like. Just casually get into it.
Yeah, casually got in, because I never streamed every day. It was it used to be once a week, because I was trying to because back then as well, my internet just couldn't handle it. It could barely handle a 2-hour stream. So I'll play one session of zombies, and then I'll say, I'll have to go now, and then ended stream. But now, eventually I upgraded my internet, make sure I'm able to stream and stream longer and that sort of thing, and in better quality.
That's good. I was lucky enough to, because when I was first starting my streams last year, I was trying to think if I should try to upload content to YouTube or try to do something on Twitch.
I've been trying to do this now, of doing stream highlights.
Yeah.
But the problem I have is sometimes you just end up getting streams that are 12 hours long. And the thing is that when a highlight happens, for me personally, when a highlight happens, you have that fun moment. But then knowing to tab out and then knowing to note it down of when this stuff happened kind of sometimes take away that next highlight that might happen, because you're thinking you want to do it for the content instead of just doing it for the fun. So it's I kind of want to try it, and I have tried it in the past, but sometimes it feels like I'm a little off. So I don't know if I might end up doing stream highlights.
The way I do it is when I started thinking I want to put something on YouTube while I was getting into streaming, I was first doing weekly highlights. So at the end of every week, I would put together a little 10-minute highlight video and upload that from just random clips of the week.
Yeah.
But then I was then I get so do I have what happened, what you just described, where I feel like I need to be doing it for the YouTube content while I'm streaming.
Yeah.
So
And not only that, if you don't stream that day, it's like, well, you
yeah,
know, what do I upload, or you know, just
yeah.
one of those things.
And then
But
I've changed the weekly thing to 2 weeks, so now I upload a 10-minute highlight video every 2 weeks, which makes it a bit
yeah,
easier.
I mean, it's a good starting point, really.
Yeah,
It's like, you know, you do it for like 2 weeks or a month, or you know, somewhere where you can fit all the balance, and then
yeah,
you're able to upload it like twice a week. But the other problem I had with stream highlights as well is, let's just say you're like streaming Osu. Let's say, for instance, YouTube doesn't seem to like Osu that much because of copyright issues.
yeah,
And it's like, I will admit, like, this is down to laziness on my end, but I don't want to fiddle around with that copyright stuff, because it's just, I don't want to mess around with the highlight, because if it was a highlight of me, like, let's just say it was a funny thing that happened and I have to edit the audio, it's just gonna sound really weird.
yeah. Yeah.
That's why now I mostly just, if I'm going to do a stream highlight, it's gonna be off Osu
Mhm.
content. But then, you know, most of the time it's like I'm rarely playing another game on stream. I'm mostly streaming Osu.
Yeah. So I've got to, I should say this as well for everyone watching. My highlights that I upload twice a week or once every 2 weeks, probably half of them are claimed by
Yeah,
random Japanese
yeah,
company.
that's what happened to me. Like, but then the one time that it hit me was like, 'cause I was like, oh, it's just match third party content. And I
Mhm.
was like, all right, I can deal with that. That's fine. You know, they can have whatever revenue comes from that or whatever. But there was one where I uploaded one and it got blocked worldwide. And I was
Oh.
like, oh, okay, that's fine. It got blocked well, and then it landed a copyright strike on my
Oh.
channel as well. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
now I've got to actually be kind of careful here, because if I get two more, it's like to buy to the channel, but it's like I don't want to fight that sort of thing.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's because it's not yeah, it's not a problem until it's a strike, really.
Yeah.
Because it's like I'm uploading these once every 2 weeks. I can't even, my YouTube channel isn't even at the point where I could monetize a video.
Uh,
But so I don't care if they like get claimed by
yeah, that's why
whatever
I'm
company.
kind of like, I want to be honest, like I want to unmonetize like everything that I have.
Mhm.
But the thing is that you still get copyrighted stuff.
Yeah.
When you monetize. So I want YouTube to kind of be like, hey, you can upload this, like, let's just say this song or this highlight, because you describe why you're able to use it, because you're playing a game or whatever, a beat rhythm game. It just happens to be copyrighted by this certain company, but you don't monetize it in a way. So then, you know, no ads play on it, and there's just no monetization. It's just a video that people can watch.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
mean like, oh, you can upload a whole movie as long as you don't copyright it or don't monetize it. I mean, it's just, you know, you have a justified reason. Like, you played a beat rhythm game that just has copyrighted music.
This is actually going to tie into, I guess we can talk about this right now. One of the talking points I had written down for this was about the future of Osu, and if it has any like actual big esports potential, or potential to become a lot bigger than it is. I don't know how big I'm thinking of, but like,
To be honest, I can't see Osu as an esports. Don't get me wrong, there's still the competitive side to it. But I don't think it can be an esports, because yes, you can probably have a LAN event for Osu, but it's going to make a lot of players kind of sometimes feel uncomfortable.
yeah,
If that kind of, because you know how every player in Osu kind of plays in a different way. Like, you have a mouse player, has certain DPI settings, has all these. Unless, you know, they're going to be willing to be like, for every player, we're going to have this set amount of stuff. It's going to be too much work. Like, if you compare it to, say, like Counter-Strike, everyone uses mouse, everyone uses keyboard, everyone uses the monitor, and you can change all the stuff in game. Where with Osu, you know, you got people using tablets, you got people using different types of keyboards. You've got obviously the in-game stuff, which is fine, but it's also like tablet areas, and then obviously all the different types of setups that they will have as well.
yeah. And
So
I guess
I don't think it can be an esports, but I can see it being competitive, as in with the tournaments.
yeah, I can see the tournaments getting bigger, especially on Twitch.
Yeah, but I don't think it'll be like you can make an esports career out of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
This is like I feel like this is a game more like you play it and then you know you can get popular off of it or anything, and then you start doing tournaments and it starts building up the hype and all that sort of thing for it, and maybe influence other players to become tourney players or anything like that.
And another thing that I feel like could become a problem if that happens, like the tournament scene of Osu starts getting really big on Twitch, is the copyright issues.
Yeah.
Because I assume that a lot of your VODs have random sections of it that are muted.
Oh, yeah. That is the case, but it's, in a way, I guess that is going to be a huge problem with copyright. But the thing is what I've always said about like copyright with stuff kind of like this is that it's kind of just hurting the other companies, because technically this is free publicity.
Yeah,
it's like free. It's pretty much, they don't even have to pay people to do it, and they're just playing the song that's in a beat rhythm game. But then, to whose fault that is that Osu's fault for not saying, oh, can we use your music in our game, sort of thing? Because obviously you can just grab any music you want and plop it into Osu and then start mapping it.
Yeah.
So I guess it's going to be kind of tricky, but I guess at the moment, for where it is, I guess it isn't a problem right now, because of obviously Amazon is funding Twitch or owns Twitch and all that. So I guess it all comes down to how Amazon sees it.
What if it got big enough where any music that was available through Amazon Prime could be played on? And that would be pretty bad, actually.
I would just admit, I would run along with the meme of just saying, hey, if you use Twitch Prime, you can sub to your favorite streamer for free.
The best. You gotta have the big blue Prime button on your stream. It doesn't get in the way at all.
But yeah, so I guess in a way, like, tournaments and Osu itself can be bigger, and it can get like much more popular than it is, but I don't think it will become an esports career sort of thing. Like, I do see I see like Overwatch pro players come onto Osu, they practice on Osu every now and then they head off, sort of thing. So I do believe Osu can get bigger in terms, but obviously it depends on how the development team wants to handle it as well.
Yeah, especially with Osu Laser being worked on, and I don't know how that's gonna get pushed. Like, if one day it's gonna come out and they're gonna say you can use whichever one you want, or
to be honest, I still don't know how they're gonna do it as well, because then how is it gonna work is there all the songs on Osu Classic gonna be moved onto Laser? Are all the scores gonna be replaced on there, or is it just gonna be an entirely new thing and you have to set new scores on those maps and get new PP and get new ranking systems? And then is there going to be two different ranking systems, one for Classic, one for Laser, and all that sort of stuff?
And it's also like, I remember actually when a few of the last visual updates that came into the normal Osu client, like the volume changing used to look a lot different, and a few other things used to look a lot more like really old Osu stuff. Originally, I think the plan was for them to just keep adding visual updates to the client instead of making an entirely new client.
Yeah.
But then they were like, the code is so bad that we have to make a new one.
Yeah, but I to be honest, it will be kind of sad if they get rid of the Osu Classic one, because Osu Laser does look nice, and I will admit, is definitely a lot more user friendly to players who are new to the game or want to get into mapping. Well, because the UI in the mapping or the editor in Laser is so much more helpful than it is in the Classic one. But I kind of my hope is that Laser may not be an entire new game. It's pretty much revamping the old Osu and just putting in the new stuff from Laser into the Classic one.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to muck around with the different scores. You don't have to muck around with all these other stuff, and that way you're able to keep cutting edge and stable in the standard Classic Osu. So then when a cutting edge update happens and everyone's like, what is this? This is broken, this is that, they can revert that, take that away, and then like, okay, they don't like that in Laser, and then bring some more Laser stuff into cutting edge and put it into the standard Osu.
I hope that's what they do. And Because if they completely remove the old client, everyone that's not going to be good, and everyone's going to get upset.
Well, not only that, but then also you're just gonna have conflicts of
Yeah.
like like who's number one.
Yeah.
Obviously we already have clashes of people who are number one in already the client that we have, like who's number one in Osu.
Mm-hmm.
So now you can imagine it's like, oh, he's number one in classic and he's number one in laser.
Oh yeah,
Who's
that'd be
better?
weird.
That would be weird, sort of thing.
And yeah, so they can't do that really, and they can't just say,
And then they can't also just say, "Oh, hey, you just got to hop over to laser and
yeah,
everything's moved," because then it's like, well, what's the difference then? What's the point of me changing from a client that I've used, so like personally for me, like nearly 3 years, going on to a new client that I know nothing about?
yeah,
But then it could be different from a mapper's perspective, who'll be like, "Oh, the UI is so much more easier on laser. I'll use laser to map,"
mm-hmm.
sort of things. I'm just hoping that they can find a way to merge the two.
Yeah.
Maybe
That would be
merge the two.
the best way to do it. But I'm scared based on because this hasn't so far. It just kind of seems like a really, really buggy, good-looking Osu
Yeah.
mod.
But yeah, so that's what I'm just kind of just hoping is just they just merge and just keep working on it. I mean, I don't think it's gonna come out for like a few more years or so if they want to perfect it, because I mean, normal Osu as it is already is not perfect.
Yeah.
It's already got a lot of the updates coming out every day and all that sort of thing. So I think as long as they just keep working on the old client and maybe just push for the new client and say, "Oh, hey, laser is a thing, but we don't want to make it official," sort of thing, but try and push Osu as the standard Osu as it is already.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking, is that a confirmed 2021 release date? That would be nice. I remember when it was going to come out in 2016.
Yeah, I
That,
mean,
that didn't happen.
yeah, that didn't happen. They're just gonna say it's coming out next year. It didn't happen. Comes out next year. It's not gonna happen. Yeah, it's just gonna. It's probably because like they see something, they're like, oh, we like this in the standard OSU. We should probably implement that into laser, and then they're like, oh, this code is really bad.
Yeah.
And then revert back, and then it causes a bunch of mess.
It'll be interesting too because a lot of current higher, I feel like a decent amount of the top 50 actually is older compared to a big portion of the OSU community. And I feel like a lot of them will have moved on by the point laser comes out.
Yeah, but then sometimes some people that have been playing the game, like let's just say like Wobble Wolf.
Yeah.
He's been playing the game for nearly like 9 years, or Doomsday nearly 9 years, and it's like, if laser, let's say, comes out and they try it and they don't like it, that's gonna be like kind of unfair on the old players that have supported the game since like near the very start, sort of thing. So
Catality in the chat says he's going to be playing this game until he's wrinkly and old. Who's the oldest person? I don't think we know.
I don't know who's the oldest person, but I think the so-called like the person that's been playing the game the longest, it's gonna be either. I personally think it's either gonna be between Wobble Wolf and Doomsday. I think it's gonna be between those two who's had the longest account.
Yeah.
On Osu, because they've been going for like 9-10 years.
That's so interesting to like they found this game randomly when no one knew about it on the internet and just started playing it.
They've seen all the changes and all that from score to PvP v1 to now PvP v2.
Yeah,
seeing all those changes, and it's like, are we experiencing now like the first so-called change in Osu now since this HD nerf?
It seems like it actually, because the HD nerf happened, and then there's people talking about the 220 plus BPM buff.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm just kind of happy that they've finally done something about the PP system.
Yeah,
like I don't care if it was negative on me. I don't care if it was positive. I'm just happy that they finally changed something.
Yeah, because it's been a long time since something changed.
It's like, I still don't get what this HD nerf did, because I remember like one of my friends who only plays hidden still got ranks, and I was like, he was even like, "What? I don't get it." Like I know it was like buffed streams with HD were buffed, but he played nothing but like Amy sort of maps, and he still got ranks and buffs from it.
Interesting.
And it was kind of like, what was this buff really?
We've
Like,
a lot of people I know and people I've talked to have only really been in contact with people who have gained ranks from the.
yeah. Like I personally lost ranks. Like I
Really?
lost. Well, it was kind of funny. So in total, I lost like it was 150 PP in total, but everyone knew that they were going to lose a lot of PP back then. And so I lost. I believe it was saying it said I lost 200 ranks. But then throughout the day, I started growing my ranks back, and I lost in total throughout that day after the HD nerf was 10 ranks.
Oh.
You know, and I don't play like strictly just HR or strictly no mod. I play like HD HR as well, or I do play the occasional no mods now and then. So I don't know if the no mods kind of helped me kind of keep my rank as near similar as where it was, but I was even kind of confused. I was like, how have I not lost as much ranks as I thought?
Yeah. Apparently, I'm looking at it right now, the original post that like brought up the idea of the HD change.
Yeah.
I don't understand half of it because it's talking about algorithms and things, but it says
the only thing I know was that HD aim was nerfed.
Yeah.
Because obviously reading, let's just take this for example, like DTHD, like reading 1-2 jumps is a lot easier with hidden than it is say like no mod. But what I'm hoping that they do with HD, let's just say like streams, for instance, streams are obviously a lot harder with hidden because it depends. Obviously, some people see it differently. Like some people might see HD 1-2 jumps are harder than streams. They might find HD streams really easy. But so the HD streams are buffed, and maybe complex rhythms with HD as well. So maybe like 1/3, or maybe even like weird timing sort of songs. You know, you get some of those songs that are really weird timed. Or slight BPM changes.
I think something that would be beneficial but probably hard to implement would be giving buffs for the weird timing, and then also like somehow being able to buff complicated patterns.
Yeah, and stuff like that. But the one thing I've always said with OSU, whenever they change anything to PP like related, it's like you can't judge on how hard something is because it's different for everyone.
Yeah.
Like people may struggle with streams, but then you look at the next person and it's like they find streams completely easy, but they can't aim. So it's like either way, it's going to be beneficial to one person. It's not going to be like right now. It's all about 1-2 jumps.
Yeah.
Of PP, but what if that changes to just streams? Is everyone just going to get better at streamings and not able to do aim?
Yeah, I guess it is hard. I guess the only reason why there's so many 1-2 jump maps and why that gives PP is because it gives PP. But I suppose would people be just as upset in a different world if that existed right now, where it was all streams and people wanted 1-2 jumps?
It's like I've even thought of like how we're gonna do a system with PP and all that sort of thing, but trying to actually implement it will be harder. Like the way I thought of it, and I was having a talk with my friend about it, was having all the different sectors of what's required in skill for so-called also, like you have your aim, you have your reading, you have your stamina, you have your speed, and all of these equal to a different type of rank. So let's just say you may have an aim rank of 50, but your reading, and after all of that, it all calculates into your one rank. So the one way to be the true number one rank is to have the highest on highest of average of everything.
Yeah,
that kind of makes sense.
That'd be good.
But it'd be hard to implement.
Yeah.
Because how do you implement reading?
It sucks too because like there's so many like coming up with an idea is so much easier than it is to come up with the algorithms for it.
Yeah. The solution.
Yeah. I'm looking at the original post for the HD thing, and it mentions how the algorithms changed to give the HD bonus to speed instead of aim, which I guess makes sense. But then you look at plays like Cookiesy's Yomiuri with HD, and I think it went up like 2 PP.
Well, I think it's just because it's also like depends on how the streams are and all that sort of thing. But then, you know, we all say this about different types of maps. Like, look at burn this red, burn this moment in the eye of my retina or something like that by Gorship.
Yeah.
And knowing how that map is, like that map alone is worth how much you want to say it is as well. You can't. It's the one thing as well. You judge a map on how hard it is, really, as well, because it depends on the player.
Yeah, I guess that's also sort of why. I mean, if you think about it in a way where it's like, touchscreen was nerfed because if people are good at touchscreen, then they can get a bunch of easy PP.
Yeah.
And now maybe like DT is going to get nerfed because if a bunch of people are good at DT, then they can get easy PP.
I think the way they're trying to get the PP is to get it the work in how it kind of should have had been. Like hidden is more relying on your rhythm, on like listening to the music. Like when you do streams, you kind of listen to how the streams go and trying to keep with that rhythm of the stream.
Yeah.
And then DT, they're gonna more focus on the speed of the BPM, not necessarily the aim of like can you aim 282 1-2 jumps. It's like, can you literally just do 282 BPM or something like that? And then maybe with hard rock, they're gonna work towards aim on hard rock and accuracy as well, since it makes it harder to make that accurate as well, and makes the CS a lot smaller.
Yeah.
So the smaller the CS, the more PP you get required because of your aim and stuff like that.
I almost feel like out of strictly just like HD, DT, and HR, HR is kind of the only one where people haven't really been upset about its PP values. I feel like.
Yeah, because I think usually with PP, it's all about aim, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like with HR, I'm gonna admit it as well. When you play HR, not a lot of people play stream maps with HR.
Yeah.
Because they can't hack them. They can't echo D10 streams. Where jumps, they're a lot easier because they're like 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. You kind of get with a rhythm. So usually HR is based on just aim anyway. So players that played just HR didn't get affected by the HD nerf anyway.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
That's why. Well, actually, you know what? I was gonna say that's why I didn't lose too much PP, but I did lose 100 PP. So.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I don't really play with HD at all.
Yeah.
But somehow they're in those top plays with HDHR and HDDT, even if I didn't think so.
It depends on the map as well. Like like for some reason, like in my eyes, right? So my new top play now is if you can't hang, Bearism's extreme, the top diff. So that's 407. But my Contrail Eclipse, the Asterix DMB remix, that has 1,000 more combo and a lot more complex rhythms and more techno sort of sliders as well, was only worth 401, and that's with hidden hard rock as well. So that had a double mod as well. So it had a higher combo. It had a 2,000 combo, and the accuracy wasn't all there. It was like 98.94, but then the if you can't hang was only 99.01. So it was like those little sly little act things, and it was like that much of a PP difference, and it was like, I'm still not understanding what this is kind of done.
Yeah.
Because consistency with HR is, well, consistency in general on any type of mod is hard, even no mod.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's consistency. You gotta have the consistency.
Just gotta do what Rahulk did and play multi all day for some reason, and that somehow gives you max consistency.
I mean, it does. I'm not gonna lie, playing multis do help.
That's true, because you don't retry.
Yeah, you don't retry, and you don't get mind blocked on that pattern, and then you're like, I can't get through this pattern, and then you're like, even people say, oh, I don't get mind blocked. No, but your muscles got used to seeing how that note is, and your muscle memory goes there. Automatically.
I've now, when I go for PP now, I try to never retry on if I miss, because then I know I'm gonna get mind blocked so easily.
I think the max I try is 3, because usually when I miss a note, if I know why I'm missing that note, then I'm like, okay, let's just analyze what I'm doing wrong if I'm under aiming, and then I try and use like the focus that I have. Like, let's just say, because I look at every single note. Sometimes I'll miss the note because I didn't look at it, or I use my peripheral vision just to look at the note and saw that my cursor went too far or too little. So then I focus on that note dead on, but then I'll end up missing somewhere else because I used all my focus on that one note. And then if it doesn't work on the third try, I move on because it's like it's not today. It's not going to be today, sort of thing.
Am in the chat says, "Remember when Cookiesy said if you can't hit something, just redo it over and over until you memorize it?"
See, yeah, but it also depends on what sort of player you are as well. Because if you're someone that can memorize, like, what do you memorize it until you can literally do that pattern with flashlight?
Yeah.
Even flashlight players, sometimes they'll end up, it depends on how you miss, because you can miss because you just lost focus, or maybe you was just, not in the zone, or maybe you just missed because you missed. May didn't tap, may have misaimed, because you can repeat a pattern over and over and over again. You can hit it 100% every single time, but will you do that on the actual run, knowing that your nerves might kick in, knowing that you might let's just say it's a 4,000 combo map. You're sitting there in a 2,000 mark, and you're thinking, "Oh, I wonder what's for dinner tonight," and then you miss. It all depends.
I never. It's so like, I think Idkey mentioned how he just doesn't really get nerves if he's like 3,000 combo into a death stream map and he's FCing with a 99. He just kind of does it. I don't understand that.
I mean, I've had moments where it's like, it depends on, because the way I theorize it is that, let's just say it's a map you really want to FC. It's a map that you've been going for so long. You start getting nervous because you know you might end up finally doing it, and you don't want to miss. So that way you get nervous in that way, because you're like, you don't want to choke, because you know how long you've been going on for that map. Where, like, for me, I've done maps where it's like I sight read a map, it's a 3,000 combo, and then it's like, oh, I FC'd it.
Sight reads are the best. Because you're not worried about that FCing.
It's just one of those things. It's just like, it depends on how much you want that map to be done. It was like, I remember when I SS'd Kira days, I didn't even know I was SSing.
Nice.
I completely forgot I was SSing until I realized at the end spinner, and I was like, oh, I SS'd it.
I deleted that because I've that's become one of those maps where I just want an FC. And so I'll get a 100% like consistently every time up until the end, and I'll just miss every node on the last pattern.
It's like, once I done it, I was like, deleted, done. I did that. One of those things. But it's like, it just depends on like what you're focusing on. Are you focusing on how big your combo is? Are you focusing on your accuracy? Are you focusing that you're FCing the map so far, and then that way you start getting nervous? That sort of thing. Some of the things I've sort of noticed as well, because it was like, whenever I get to say, like, when I do marathon map, and I'm like, even if I'm like a quarter of the way in and it's a 2,000 combo, I'm like, that's a pretty big combo. That would be a shame if I lose it, and then I start getting more nervous. But then I do it another day, I don't even look at my combo, and I'm on a 3,000 combo, and it's like, oh, this is just a 3,000 combo. I just want to focus on my accuracy. So it all depends on what's making you nervous at that time.
Do you play with the overlay on most of the time? Like your
I always play with that on.
I almost feel like having a few things in your peripheral vision like that center your gameplay in a way, make it easier.
That's why, because I also play in windowed mode. So usually when I turn off my user interface, it feels like a jump could literally go across screen for me. And it's like, for me, like, that's just, I don't like that feeling. I like, because I play in 16 by 100 by 900. So I play, and I know that that's my screen right there. So I know that with my area, if I want to go into that part, I can aim there on my tablet. If I turn off that user interface, my whole screen is black, and I can only see the circles. I'm thinking, this can go anywhere, sort of thing. So it kind of makes me a bit more nauseous and more careful on what I'm doing.
Are you on Windows 10 or Windows 7? or 8
Windows
for
10.
that matter.
Windows 10.
Do you play in full screen windowed?
Yeah, full screen.
Okay,
window,
good.
yeah.
I was, I was just...
I tried just windowed. I only tried just windowed, and I got like 10
Yeah.
ms, and I was like, nah.
I don't know if what Vaxie's done or if he's done anything to like his Windows, but he plays Windows 10 without full screen mode on in windowed mode.
I believe he made his OSU running compatibility mode to
Okay.
Windows 7. Something like that. I believe so. I'm not 100%. Or unless he just plays with really high MS and he's just used to it.
I could see. I remember actually, I used to always play, even when I first changed to Windows 10, I used to play in windowed mode without full screen on. And I got some like decent 300 pp plays at the time. But then as soon as I changed to full screen on, I was like, oh, this is a little bit better.
It all depends on how comfortable you are. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know if I play with input lag or not. Like, I generally don't know until someone says, "Oh, let me try your tablet," and then they'll try it, and then they'll be like, "Oh, do you have input lag?" But I
Yeah.
don't. No one that I know IRL kind of plays OSU or anything like that, so they can't tell with tablets.
Yeah. Actually, do you use the drivers from Reddit that got posted there?
No, I tried them and I did not like them.
Really?
To me, the cursor was way too shaky because I drag as well.
Mm-hmm.
So usually, if I was a hoverer, maybe I'd think, oh, maybe that's just me hovering. But since I have my pen on the tablet still, and I still saw it kind of shaking, I was like, no, I don't like that. I like my precision aim, sort of thing. Like if it moves, then I stop. I want it to stop.
I think my area is big enough, and I have like the smoothing in the Reddit drivers or the smoothing filter turned up a bit. Because of that, mine doesn't shake, luckily. But I know a lot of people who don't use it because it shakes.
Yeah, but and to me as well, I don't know if it's because I play with input lag or anything like that, but it just felt really off for me as well. It felt like, yeah, my pen was moving as I wanted it to, and it felt like it's smooth, but it felt off as well. I felt like I couldn't play with it.
Yeah.
The drivers I use are the Wacom's 6.3.10 W2-1.
That's what I used before. Actually, the reason why I switched to the Reddit ones was because I used to use 6.39 W5 for the Wacom drivers, and that was like with barely any input lag and super shaky. And apparently, I didn't know this, but for like most of the time I played OSU, I was using a keyboard that the software that was running in the background for it was increasing my input lag. And so I was playing on some weird input lag between those two Wacom drivers.
Yeah.
That after switching keyboards, I could never get back until I could manually change it with the Reddit drivers.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I play with input lag or anything, but as I say, I don't notice until I try someone else's tablet or anything like that. But I've never heard of an input lag with different types of keyboards.
Well, it's because the for whatever reason, and I know a lot of people have Corsair keyboards, and this has not happened to them, but for whatever reason, it turns out me having the Corsair software running in the background that was like giving the lighting effects for the keyboard was giving me like a few milliseconds of input lag in OSU upon whatever else was there. And so as soon as I changed keyboards, I was like, I literally can't play anymore.
No, I use the Ducky. I've never used a Corsair before.
Keyboards without needing software to run in the background are the way to go.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be honest as well. Was this Ducky, this keyboard I'm using right now and have used for a while, is my first mechanical keyboard.
Really?
Yeah, I played OSU with a membrane for so long.
Interesting. I played OSU with membrane for like the first year, I think.
I believe I switched to the Ducky once I reached, I believe it was 2.5K.
Damn.
And then my friend was like, "Hey, why don't you actually have a mechanical keyboard?" And I'm like, "It's half mechanical, it counts, right?" He's like, "No, get yourself a Ducky." And then we spent like, I think like 2-3 weeks trying to figure out what switches I'd like, because where I was so used to the membrane, I could feel the feedback. So after a while, we decided to go with browns, and then this is the keyboard I've had ever since. And now I want to try reds.
My first mechanical keyboard was the Ducky Shine 4 with reds.
I want
And
to try reds.
it was so weird for me going straight from membranes to reds.
Yeah, because you don't have that feedback.
Yeah.
Reds.
It was nice though, but then that's when I switched after that to the Corsair one. And then since then I've switched to now my third mechanical keyboard, which is another Ducky, but with browns. And then yeah.
But yeah, it's like so wait, what I'm gonna actually ask you a question now. What's your thoughts on when people say, "Oh, I could be better if I had better equipment"? Do you believe it could be equipment, or do you think it's the players?
I think I feel like I have a good answer for this. It's like if you are a certain skill, then no matter what, well, forget it. You're not even saying that, but anyone can get to like the level of Cookiesy. I feel like. No, even if you have a 60 hertz monitor and a membrane keyboard. I mean, Yang for the longest time played with membrane, and yeah, lots of people have 60 hertz.
Yeah, and I played HR.
Yeah,
like, is that 144 hertz? I'm like, no, it's 60.
So it's definitely not like a barrier. Like it's not like you can't get better if you don't have good equipment. And I even saw someone on some Osu forum post a while ago. I don't even know how I stumbled across it, but they were like, as a lot of people have asked, what tablet, what monitor, what keyboard does Cookiesy use? Because I need to use those or I won't be able to be good.
Yeah, I mean, because like I have my theory as well. Is because let's just say you see a new player comes into Osu, and they see all these Osu streamers, you know, who are really high ranks and all this sort of stuff, look like they have all the really good gear. Like they have the really good mechanical keyboards. They have, you know, mostly a tablet for most players, and then like the monitors and all this sort of stuff. So I can see why people or newer players will be like, I need to get that stuff to get that.
I will say though, if you have two players of the same skill level and you give one of those players a 144 hertz and the other player a 60 hertz monitor, and you let them warm up for a week, I feel like the skill cap just mechanically is higher for the person who has a 144 hertz monitor, because they have the ability.
I disagree.
Really?
Yeah, because before I got my 144 hertz monitor that I'm using now, I borrowed one of my friends' 144 hertz monitor just to see if I would like the 144 hertz, just see how much of a difference is.
Mm-hmm.
And I did try it with Osu, and I played it I borrowed it for like 2.5 weeks, and then afterwards I went back to my 60 hertz, and I did notice a difference, but then I was like, I can get used to this fine. I can adapt.
I guess it is all preference. Whatever's most comfortable for any player to use, I suppose, is what they can get their best with.
Yeah.
And improve the most with. Yeah.
It is kind of difficult to say with that as well, because you do get players that, like, obviously they change to a mechanical keyboard, they can instantly stream 220 BPM, 240 BPM, all this because they have a mechanical keyboard.
Yeah. But that just happens to be for that person.
Yeah, for that person. I have a feeling it's maybe just more of a mental thing. Like they say, like, oh, I can't aim because I haven't got a tablet.
That's another thing as well that I feel like a lot of Osu, especially with like FCing, can have to deal with, where a lot of it's a mental thing, and a lot of it, especially with new equipment, can be placebo. But like, I guess that's still good. If it's placebo and it helps, then...
Yeah, it was like, that's what I was saying when it was with the Reddit drivers. I was like, everyone's saying it's amazing and all this sort of stuff, and then I tried it and I was like, I don't like it. I was like, is this a placebo effect or something going around? I wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't affect me, sadly.
I will say, when I got my 144 hertz monitor, I literally couldn't read like above AR10. I couldn't read AR9 DT. And then literally after getting my 144 hertz, I suddenly could.
I mean, I can't say much because I don't play DT
Yeah.
that much. There's only one reason I don't play DT or Nightcore is because I don't enjoy
Yeah.
DT. I'm not someone that's because when I play Osu, it sounds weird, but I actually listen to the music and I try and listen for the rhythms. But with DT, I can't hear the beats.
Yeah. When I play DT, if it's not to farm, like sometimes I'll say I want PP, I want to play DT and get some PP. But a lot of the time, like on my streams, I want to go for like I think you were talking about earlier how you go for or I care about accuracy a lot and you won't just go for
Yeah.
like a C pass on something.
Yeah.
Something I end up doing a lot is like, oh, I want to pass this 8-star 260 BPM map with DT just to see if I can.
Yeah. I mean, it is good though because then it does improve on your speed aspect as well. Like you're improving the higher BPM, where it was like it would take longer for me to, like for someone like me to get into the higher BPMs because they care more about their accuracy and they're like, oh, I'm getting crap act on like 360 BPM streams or something, and it's like, no, you can't act that anyway. But in my mind, I'm like, I want to act this sort of thing.
I think actually, you know what? Recently, I've finally gotten back into playing more no mod and hard rock, and it's actually been like ranking me up as well. And that's probably something I should focus on more. And my act's been going up.
The best way for me to be honest to gain ranks in Osu is to make sure you're enjoying yourself. You cannot be in a bad mood. You cannot be in like, oh, I don't want to play DT or I don't like TT, but I have to play it to get ranks. It's like, no, you can, if as long as you enjoy what you're doing at the moment, you'll gain ranks no matter what.
Yeah.
Like I remember, I think it was way like when I used to when I was like I think 40 50k, my friends were like, oh hey, you have to play DT to rank up and all that sort of thing, and I was like, I don't enjoy DT, so I just stuck with my hidden hard rock and no mod.
Yeah, it's like I actually don't enjoy playing with HD for whatever reason. I don't know why, because a lot of the time if I'm not playing just to pass some map, then I also like to listen to the music and the rhythm more and play the map that way, because my favorite maps to play, as I guess people who regular my stream would know, are tech maps, like mostly unranked tech maps, and I'll really focus on the rhythm and the song when I'm playing those.
It's probably because with hidden, hidden's not as what it used to be, like as I've heard from my friends who've played this game for like ages. Hidden now, it hides the circles as we see the circles fade. But apparently they updated hidden to do that. Apparently all it used to do was just hide the numbers. It kept the circles, but it hid the numbers of what order you was meant to hit them at. So I'm thinking maybe sometimes people don't like hidden because of it fades the circles and it's like a memory game. You have to remember that circle was there, if that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, for me, when I play with hidden, for some reason, I don't know why I don't like playing with hidden. I'm trying to think of a good way to word it, but for whatever reason, even on maps where I'm like trying to play it rhythmically or want to play it rhythmically, for some reason, even though I feel like hidden wouldn't be anything that would hinder that, it would almost help it in a way. For some reason I still don't end up playing with hidden, but it can be tough when it's like I want to get PP and I know if I put HD on it'll give me a bit more. And then
you just don't enjoy hidden like I don't enjoy DT. Like I've got no real reason to dislike DT because there's still the beats, it's just double time and speed, but for me it's just I just don't enjoy double time.
How do you feel about this is a random question, about easy and if it should be buffed for PP or not?
It depends, because that comes under reading aspect. In a way, because it's like, let's just say for instance, there's some maps with easy that I've learned. Let's just say PP maps, for instance. Let's just say Quaver with easy is so difficult. For me, it's
jump maps with easy are really hard.
Really hard, but then you got easy when you can do maps that I can even do with easy, and it's like they're AR5, AR4, even up to like AR2, and I can do them, sort of thing. It's just they're a little bit more rhythmic terms, not terms of reading. and it's like it's gonna be the same with like how are you gonna judge easy since
Yeah.
it's both reading and then you can get maps which are rhythmic.
Yeah. It's yeah.
I would like to see it buffed because we all know that there's that one player that's like, oh, it's easy. Oh, it can make the map easier for me.
Mhm.
You know, that struggle. You put on easy, and you're just like, what is happening on my screen right now?
I remember when I started, I thought I thought it was really bad because I was playing My Love and I put on easy, and I was like, I literally can't play. I must be so bad.
It's like they should rename that mod from easy. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, like
know.
a slight buff and a rename from easy.
Yeah, I think it also just depends on the map as well, because like
Yeah,
easy on like a 1-star is like it does make it easier. It does
Yeah.
make the map easier, but then you play something like a 5-star with easy, and you're like, this did not make
Yeah.
it easier.
I wonder if they could do something where like but that would still be hard, even if it was for certain star ranges.
Because you can't judge a map on star rating.
Yeah,
Because you look at some of the tech maps that are like so-called 4-star,
and they're like unpassable.
And I'm like, I can't even read this.
Yeah.
Let's take or even like Hollow Wings, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Hollow Wings is like got even like a 4-star map, and then it's like I can't even pass it.
Yeah. And if you put on easy onto that, then
Yeah, and it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna be dead within 2 seconds.
God, it's so hard to. I can't imagine how annoying it is for people who are actually working on it, or for the people who are actually working on it, to have people constantly saying, just make this way.
Yeah, just make it better. Like, how do we make it better? I don't know. That's your job. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine that gets a little bit frustrating at points.
Well, I think before hopping into viewer questions, I want to go through a few more of the questions that I have for you written down and hop back into those. Quickly before we do that, though, I do want to really quickly run to the bathroom. I would hate to do that on a podcast, but super fast if I can. I'll be like 1 minute. I'll be like 2 minutes, less than 2. And feel free to talk to the people. Do you have my chat open?
Yeah.
Feel free to talk to them if you want.
Okay, that's no problem.
I'll be right back.
Okay, so chat, I'm gonna just quickly get a Hime going up. Alright, I'm quickly searching for Hime right now. I'm just making sure he doesn't come back to Hime. Where is it? Here's the full version. Alright, we're gonna go full speaker on this, by the way. So just get ready for this. We're gonna go on speakers. Let's go. Wait, did I crash my... I think I crashed my OC. Alright. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh. There we go. We got this. My Osu's crashed. Hey, you don't hear anything.
I didn't even put my headphones on, and I saw Hime in the chat.
Welcome back. I didn't do anything, but I see that you got your cat back.
I did. He's woken up. Hime's the best. Now I feel like actually playing that when I play Osu.
Did you hear what I was doing on the mic?
I didn't. Were you singing?
Oh, no, I blasted Hime out of my speakers.
Oh my god.
So everyone got Hime.
Oh shit, that reminds me, I need to turn down my volume when I switch. I'm still gonna forget that. So, thanks for doing that while I was BRBing.
I just had to because I was like, we're gonna play Hime.
It's the best.
I was lucky I didn't find the bass boosted one. I thought I put on the bass boosted one, and I was like, oh no, no.
Oh, you know what? I actually have a few bass boosted maps in Osu. I hope when I open it up and like if I hop into maps, that doesn't play while I have the volume up.
Oh god, as long as you don't have the Hime.
Yeah. Oh shit, I do.
You have that one. I think I deleted that one.
Hime Hell. Right, that's what it was called. It's good.
Remember when I actually got pranked on that because he said Hime Hell, and I was like, what's this? And I played it, and then I was like, what's happening? And then the sliders kicked in.
Did Idke map that? I think it was...
I don't think he mapped it, but I know he FC'd the sliders.
Oh.
That's when I was like, what?
I'm going to make sure I have that when I go back. Oh, apparently Idke did map it. Interesting.
Oh, Idke did, man.
A solid tech map, I'll call it. A very good one. So, I wanted to ask what your favorite part of streaming is.
To be honest, it's just meeting new people, new sort of people that you can meet in chat, and just having because sometimes they'll come in, and they'll have completely different characteristics and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I guess you could say meeting new people through just literally sitting on your computer all day, meeting new people is probably the most fun out of everything you can do in streaming. Just meeting all the new people and being able to talk to all different types of people as well. Yeah.
Have you ever had I don't know how to ask what I'm thinking of asking. Have you ever had like how do I describe this? There was one time I was streaming in IRL and I got like a random bunch of bot accounts that started spamming a bunch of stuff, and it was like impossible to ban all of them and stop it.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to experience something like that?
Not bots, but I've usually had like one time it was a Reddit post where they'll just say, just go in this stream and you spam everything and then leave, sort of thing. But then usually by then, I usually just put it on follower only mode and stuff like that, just to stop the spam, even though it feels kind of bad because usually I don't want to do stuff like that, like where people have to follow to sort of talk in chat, but I give it like 10 minutes and then I put it back on, sort of thing. But when that stuff kind of happens, I let it go for a little while because it's funny, and then if it kind of gets like a dead joke after a while, you're just like just put it on follower only for a while.
Whenever anything weird or like slightly uncomfortable like that happens to me on stream, I've realized since I have a heart rate monitor on, people can see my heart rate slowly rise as I'm like getting nervous.
That must be great when you're playing Osu.
Oh yeah,
like, go for a really high PP play and you know you're going for it.
It's great. Someone AM in chat reminded me of when I randomly had 700 viewers because I got view botted.
Oh god.
And I was playing a song in a multi, I think, when it happened. So it was already happening for like 30 seconds before I noticed it. Yeah. And obviously because of that, more people were like, oh, who's this Osu streamer with 700 viewers? And then like, oh, he's view botting. And I was like, no, it's not me.
To be honest, for me, when it comes to like nerves sort of stuff like that with different like the amount of views you can have, if I'm going to be honest, when I'm on my dashboard, I kind of hide that stuff because the way I see it is that even if I've got one viewer to, let's just say to 10 to even if ever like 10,000 or whatever, I will always want to keep my content the same. Yeah. Always goes out, not like, oh, I've randomly got like 100 viewers, let's change my personality or change anything like that. So I kind of always just hide it because then it kind of helps with nerves as well, because we've all had like that one time when a host hosts you and you're like, oh, that's a lot of people. Yeah. Obviously you still kind of react like that, but you after a while you don't get kind of nervous from it. Yeah. I kind of just try and focus and just try and play or just try and engage chat as much as I can.
I think I hide view count as well. And I think it's not even because it's like,
Well, I guess it's because of that exact same reason. It's like you don't want to be acting different, even if you don't intend to. If you get like a 1,000 viewer host suddenly, and like half of those viewers stay, you don't want to suddenly be a different person.
Yeah. So it's just always just best to sort of hide it as well.
Yeah. What do you, if you even have an answer for this, and you don't have to, but what do you think for you is the most challenging part of trying to? Do you stream daily, or do you try to stream daily?
I try and stream daily, but I've got a perfect answer for this, and everyone will agree with me. It's trying to keep a schedule.
Yeah.
Because for me personally, I try and stream every day, apart from like one day off or something like that. But the hardest thing or most challenging for me is to keep on a time schedule as well, because sometimes you just get some of those days where you're like, I don't fancy streaming, or I'm not in the mood to stream at this time. And doing that is kind of why I feel like I don't want to do a schedule in a way, because it feels like I want to stream when I know I'm hyper, or I know that I'm in a really good mood or anything like that. I don't want to stream when I'm down or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because people will be able to tell.
Yeah.
Like, and then they're like, oh, I don't want to watch this person because he sounds sad or something like that. You always want to keep that energetic happiness. So
yeah.
Keeping to a schedule is probably the most challenging for me.
Actually, I'm changing my schedule right now. Like the schedule I've been on this week and the previous week was different than what it was before, because I've been trying to maintain a solid streaming schedule, and it's gone okay. This schedule that I've changed to is better than like how I tried to stick to it before.
Yeah.
Because after trying to stay on a schedule and slightly changing it for a year, I've managed to like say, okay, here's generally when I'm gonna be feeling the best, and here's where if I'm not feeling the best, I could not stream here or go live an hour later here and still have it be fine, and this and that. So that's been good, but it is hard. The schedule,
because you could just get sidetracked as well.
Yeah.
Like you're just sitting there, like maybe playing Osu off stream because you're like, oh hey, I fancy playing Osu off stream. Yeah, playing some unranked maps, and then it's like, oh, I've been playing for 3 hours. You're like, wait, I was meant to stream 2 hours ago. But I think for me, I'll probably just stick to a schedule of saying like I stream on this day, this day, this day, take this day off, but I'll never have what time I would stream.
Yeah.
As well. And
I used to
depends if I'm in and out the house.
Yeah. I used to, when I started streaming last summer, I would literally stream. This was a like set schedule I had. I would stream, I guess it wasn't too set, but it would be around 12 to 1 p.m. EST, and then I'd stream for 4 hours there, and then not stream for 2 hours, and then stream again for another 4 hours at night. And I literally did that for the entire summer. And I ended up with like a split community between each set time.
I mean, I know there's some streamers that stream NA times and then they'll sleep in between and then stream for EU times. And it's like, that is kind of smart, but then it's like, you gotta keep that strict schedule, because I have some nights where I'm like, you just end up don't going to bed till like 6 a.m. and then you wake up at like 4 p.m. the next day and you're like, wait, I'm completely off schedule right now.
I can't. Streaming. A lot of people don't do it. Like even a lot of big streamers wouldn't stream daily for like more than 6 hours.
Yeah.
But I don't understand how. This is obviously an extreme example. I don't even know anything about him. But like Ninja streams daily for like 9 to 12 hours a day.
I mean, the best way I put it is because you could say it's the same like when some people ask me like, how do you play Osu for like 12 hours a day or 9 hours a day, and it's like, to be honest, you just kind of don't notice that you've been streaming that long because you're having fun, if that makes sense. It's like when you're gaming with your friends or anything like that, you don't even realize that the time's passed and you're just streaming at the same time, sort of thing. That's the way I sort of see it. It's like they probably could do daily streams. It's because they know they're having fun and it's not tiring on them because it's something that they're having fun with.
I can't imagine having that many people who are like wanting you to be live at certain times every day.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why, because obviously, like 1 minute you're live at like 1 a.m. and they want to watch you. It's like
Yeah.
it's kind of frustrating because it's like, no, I've got work tomorrow. I've got to be heading to bed, and then they come home and then you've ended, sort of thing. But then
Yeah.
the next day or next week you're live at like 4 p.m. perfect time for them. But then for other people, you're messing their schedules up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I can see why, but it all depends on the streamer, really, I think.
Yeah. So, before I get into the next question, I should mention it's been an hour and a half.
Okay.
Somehow. So before I continue, I want to make sure that there's nothing you like need to do right now, and if there is, that's fine.
No,
But
I'm completely free.
all right, good. I have no idea how it's been an hour and a half. Well, it's been 2 hours actually since I started, but the podcast itself has been an hour and a half. Somehow. That's actually scary. How has it been 2 hours?
Yeah. It doesn't feel like it. And that's what I mean with the feeling of streaming as
Yeah.
well. Like you just then, like I've gone days where I'm like, I look at the clock, it's like 3 p.m. I'm like, okay, I'll probably get something to eat in an hour. And then I'm like, oh, turn around again, and it's like 11 o'clock at night, and I'm like, wait, what?
That happens to me all the time, except when I first, because I do Weeb Wednesdays and we play like different visual novels and stuff.
Oh god.
And when I started doing that, we were playing, or for one of those, we were playing the original Steins Gate visual novel.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that the first like 30% of that game was all just like slice of life, watching people live their lives. And I would be like, okay, surely, as it normally is when I stream, I'll look at the clock and it'll have been like 6 hours and I'll probably end. And then I would look after reading a visual novel,
like an hour.
and it's been like 30 minutes.
And you're just like, kill me.
It got good though. It was worth it in the end, but okay. So, is there anything you're looking forward to with your streaming, or any goals that you have related to streaming? Whether they be like short term or long, or even none, that's fine.
Probably goals for streaming is just to keep my content like the same as it always has been. Like me just having fun with friends, playing whatever I feel like playing, sort of thing. And to be honest, is probably just to keep the follower goal going up and then sub goals going up.
Yeah.
And doing more cosplays for it.
I should do that. I haven't done anything like that.
I'm not gonna lie, cosplaying. I'm enjoying it a lot. I enjoy it a lot more. I've done it once and I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
It's kind of like you think about it, you're like, why is he cosplaying as a ship girl? And then it's like it was really fun.
I gotta do that.
just dress up as your waifu, or just ask chat who you should dress up as.
Yeah.
And then they have a waifu fight, and it's kind of fun.
When was the last time you did something like that?
I can't actually remember. I know it was some time ago. Because I believe someone clipped, because I started doing poses at one point. So at least someone clipped that.
Nice.
I can quickly check, because thanks to the dashboard.
Oh yeah.
It was 4 months ago.
Nice.
4 months ago, I did a cosplay, and it was a ship girl from. I can't remember her name. This is the thing. I can't remember her name. I think it's Kashima.
I don't think I even know who that is. I don't know who I would end up cosplaying. I don't even know why I just Googled that, because all I got were the Kashima antlers.
I found her. There you go.
Let's see. Oh, I see. Oh yeah, I've seen her before.
Yeah.
Nice.
I cosplayed as her. So I even got the skirt and everything.
Oh my god.
You have to go full. You have to do the full get up, or else it's
not
worth it.
Especially if it's a goal, you gotta.
Yeah.
Gotta go all out.
Gotta make it worth it. It was funny as well, because then even my sister was like, "Oh, can I do your makeup?" And I was like, "No, I'm not wearing makeup because it makes me itch."
Oh my god. Did you like? How much was a whole outfit for that? I feel like some cosplay outfits are super
You,
expensive, but some are
you
really
can
cheap.
Yeah, it for my one it was like 150, I believe. But it depends on where you get them from as well,
Hmm.
because I know a good place where you can get them and they're really good quality as well. Hang on. Oh yeah, no. So the cosplay was $99. The
That's
the
not too
cosplay.
bad.
Yeah, that's the costume. Then it was 16.99 for the wig, and then 41.99 for the shoes, which is new because I've never seen the shoes before.
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah, so
shoes.
yeah,
That's
it's
going
around
all out.
like it goes around probably I'll say about to $100. You can obviously get really expensive ones,
Yeah,
but this place is actually not that bad
that's not too bad.
for cosplays.
What place is it?
Ease cosplay, pretty much. I'll link it, and they literally made it. They can make it to your size as well.
That's cool.
So you literally give them your dimensions and all that sort of thing. Then they send it over, and then it can fit you perfectly.
That's nice. I will keep that for the future.
Yeah, and you've even got like your like Avengers and anime and literally everything. There's even Doki Doki Literature Club if you want.
Oh,
If you want Monica.
I'm sure that's been purchased a few times.
Yeah.
That's cool. Do they like have the rights to all this stuff, or do they have to like? I wonder if
They all make it by hand.
That's cool.
Like literally, as soon as you order it, they make it then and there. So it's kind of like it's pretty cool.
There's some good stuff.
Yeah,
I'm browsing
there's
through it
a
now.
lot. Yeah, there's a lot of. There's pretty much like I'm pretty sure I've seen nearly every anime in there. There's like a few that's obviously not in there.
Hmm.
They can't do everything, but they've got like the really important ones as well and very popular characters as well.
Speaking of anime, this is a perfect segue, sorta. Which again, it's absolutely fine if you don't have an answer for this because it's a weird question. Is there anything you're looking forward to, gaming or anime related? Like any animes, any games upcoming? I know E3 is upcoming soon.
Yeah, so I'm still waiting for E3 because I can't wait for Dark Souls Remastered.
Hmm.
I'm gonna be playing that when that comes out, and I might try State of Decay 2.
Hmm.
Might give that a try. As for anime, I'm actually need to catch up on a lot of anime. Like right now, I'm watching My Hero Academia.
I need to catch up as well because I haven't even started that, and I want to.
Yeah, I'm on like episode 10 on that now of season 1, and I'm like, okay, we're getting because I finally got a Crunchyroll account
Mhm.
after a long time because I used to always just watch anime for free, but then I'm like, oh, I'll just get a Crunchyroll
Yeah.
account, and then they come out instantly in HD and stuff like that. And so I finally got that, and I'm like, okay, I'm spending my money. I better watch anime now.
Yeah.
best way to spend. But I'm catching up on all my anime. But right now, My Hero Academia is a really good anime so
Yeah.
far. I recommend watching it so far.
I've only heard good things about it, so I need to start it. I think there's only this season of anime. There's one that I'm watching, and this is like the first active season where I've been actually watching something in a while.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what it's called though.
Everlasting something. Is that what it's called? The Everlasting?
Um,
The one with the girl has the mechanical arm.
no.
Oh, I can't remember what that one's called. I think it's like Evergreen or something like that. But I know I need to watch that one because that one looked really good, and the soundtrack for that was beautiful from what I heard.
Was it Ever Violet Garden?
That's it, yeah.
That's from Am in Chatterino. Yeah, there's so many apparently good ones that I should watch.
Yeah.
What am I watching right now? I'm trying to find it. Oh, Hina Matsuri is what I'm watching right now. It's a comedy anime
Oh.
on Crunchyroll, and it's actually the second time I've ever like watched an anime that's actually made me laugh when I'm alone, which I don't do a lot if I'm watching something.
I think only one anime's ever made me laugh on my own, and that was Haganai.
Oh, is that? Hold on.
Yeah, it's other names I can't pronounce, but pretty much in English it's I don't have many friends. I know that much because I've even got the manga for that. as well.
Nice. I've never actually read. No, that's not true. I've read one manga, but I surprisingly haven't read like any.
No, I read manga when I can get manga, but right now I'm reading my first ever light novels, and it's the No Game No Life light
Oh,
novels. So I'm finally reading all of those,
nice, nice.
and I've watched the movie of the
Hmm.
No Game No Life as well.
We
And
watched the for I think the first anime movie night I did. We watched the No Game No Life movie,
yeah,
and
it was
it was
it's
okay.
kind of weird, yeah, because it's like you have to watch all of the other No Game No. But the thing is, as well, what I noticed when I was watching the film as well was that it was skipping like a lot because
Hmm.
in the light novel there's so much more that happens. Like I know that's like normal, but I'm talking about there's like whole sections
Yeah.
of like they've missed out, and I was like, oh, that's that. I was even to like my friend at one point. I was like, yeah, the reason this happens is because this happens.
Yeah, I remember when I was watching the movie, I was like, this feels, even without reading it, I was like, this feels a little bit fast.
Yeah. But in the light novels, it explains it all the way through and all
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Um, you mentioned the Dark Souls remaster. How you're gonna play that?
Yeah. Oh yes, I have played every single Dark Souls. I have completed every single Dark Souls. I am going to get remastered because I finally want 60 FPS
Oh yeah.
in Blighttown. Please.
How do you feel about the large amount of people? I mean, unless it's a vocal minority, but how do you feel about the amount of people who are like really upset about the remaster? How it's not?
It's because they want it to be like because Dark Souls 1 is such it's like a gem sort of thing, and if
Mhm.
any gem, if anything scrapes that gem or dirties the gem, people are gonna freak out. But I think the best way to put it is we're not gonna find out how the game is until it is released,
Mhm.
because if it is just a remaster of the game, nothing has changed, then what's to complain about it? You got an old
Yeah.
gem that's got HD graphics and able to run on computers at 60 FPS in Blighttown. You know, Blighttown annoyed me so much when I was on 30 FPS or even under 25 FPS trying to work on the mechanics on that. But when it's going to be all remastered and fluid, like be able to play it fluently, it's going to be. I'd say it's always a plus side.
Yeah.
I just think that people are scared that they're going to be like, oh, maybe we should change this boss's attack patterns a little tiny bit,
Hmm.
sort of thing. And then it's like, oh, it ruins the entire game. It's like, it's just one of those things. It's like, as long as it's just remastered, it's literally just HD graphics, just the same Dark Souls, the same bosses, the same weapons, all this sort of stuff, the same mechanics, just HD'd and able to be optimized to run a lot
Yeah.
smoother. It's gonna be the gem's gonna be shined a lot more than anything.
A lot of people are upset as well because they're like, why? I wish it was more of a rematch. Like, I wish it was a entirely different, like on the Dark Souls 3 engine. People are wanting that stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, but then the way you got to see it is that it's remastered. It's not. This isn't Dark Souls 4. This
Or a
isn't Dark
remake.
Souls or remake. It's remastered. If it was like, it was like what COD 4 done when COD 4 remastered came out. If you remember that, nothing was changed about COD 4. It was just how it looked. It was just, that's the way people. Because I think people want another Dark Souls. I think people want another Dark Souls to come out, sort of thing. So they're
Yeah.
like, we want this to be changed. We want a new Dark Souls.
I'm glad that they're giving 50% off if you already own Prepare to Die edition. Since like
I
everyone,
actually didn't know that.
yeah,
I actually didn't
if
know
you have
that,
Prepare to Die edition on Steam, you can get it for $20 when it comes out.
yeah. Okay, I'm good. I know what I'm spending $20 on when it comes out.
I do feel like though, I mean, I don't know, $40 isn't that much.
It's not much. I mean, let's just say if you don't have Dark Souls 1, it's definitely gonna be like definitely worth the $40. But for people who have already played Dark Souls 1 and already have it on Steam,
Hmm.
it might not be worth it as much.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're pretty much paying for the same game.
Yeah.
I don't know if it comes with the DLC or anything
It
like
does.
that as well. Yeah, so that way it could probably make it better as well because it
Mhm.
comes with the DLC. So that way you got a longer game. So it probably might be worth it in my eyes in a way because it's like it's a $60 game that's actually a $60 game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of when I say that I'm kind of looking at PUBG at that aspect.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
That's true. I
Like,
didn't think like that we've got a game coming out, a relatively big studio-wise game coming out that's strictly single
Yeah.
player. And even if it's a remaster, it's kind of nice to see that.
Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't make Dark Souls Battle Royale.
No, give that time. That's DLC later on.
Oh no.
Dark Souls Battle Royale. You drop in,
Oh
find
god.
sword, find a gun, and then in the middle there's just the Taurus in the middle as an NPC.
I hope Bandai Namco. I doubt that they would, because now that FromSoft is doing other stuff other than Dark Souls, but Bandai Namco like owns Dark Souls, the
Yeah.
name.
I'm just also hoping that they fix the multiplayer in Dark Souls a little bit more because the amount of times so my friend was struggling on Dark Souls, like we wanted to do co-op and all that sort of thing. You do co-op and you always end up getting invaded, and it's like I know that's part of the thing with Dark Souls, but I wish there was a way you could have it as co-op only, so your friend and you can go through the map through the game together. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, because the one problem I had with Dark Souls 3 was that you invade a world to kill someone, but then they have 3 other people and they make you fight the 3 other people first before fighting him.
I feel like, especially with the amount of people who are going to be playing it, as well as the increased limits per world, you can have like 6 people at once in the remaster. There's going to be a lot of that kind of stuff.
That's the Battle Royale in the beta version. There you go.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I am looking forward to it, and it's definitely a game I'm definitely gonna get.
Yeah,
it's the same as State of Decay 2. I want to give that a try as well.
Is State of Decay 2 on PC?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. For some reason, I was thinking that was just Xbox One, but maybe that's just because last E3 it was at like the.
I believe it's on PC because my friends are playing it, and I don't think they have an Xbox One because they were kind of like me and didn't like the Xbox.
Oh yeah, it's on PC.
Yeah, because I will admit, I did have an Xbox One, but I didn't like how it ran and how the user face was and all that sort of thing, so I switched to the PS4. But I still got my 360, my Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 4.
Nice. The good console setup.
Yeah, the good consoles.
I remember, I don't know why I said I remember, but another thing about FromSoft and Dark Souls stuff, that game they announced, like, I don't know whenever, was it? When did they announce Shadows Die Twice?
Yeah, something like that. I know what you're going on about.
The Game Awards, that's where they announced it.
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter everywhere when that got announced.
I hope that that's not. Then this is only because I don't have a PS4, but I hope that that's not PS4 exclusive. Because I really want to play it when it comes out.
I hope it's not PS4 because I will admit, like, even though I have a PS4 and all that sort of thing, and PS4 exclusives come out, I just prefer it on PC because it just runs a lot better on PC. It feels a lot better on PC as well, especially with like the 144 hertz, where if I play on my console I'm getting like 60 FPS when I can have more sort of thing. But it was like when Bloodborne came out, like I was like, I wish this was on PC.
I still haven't. I'm like a super Souls fan, and I still haven't touched Bloodborne because I don't have a.
Okay, yeah, I tried Bloodborne. I can't get used to it. It's
really?
Not something. Yeah, it's completely different mechanics to Dark Souls. It's still got the Dark Souls feel, but I got so triggered at the second boss because he pretty much teaches you how to parry, but the parry is a lot different. So basically, as soon as they're about to hit, you have to time it correctly, like you did in Dark Souls, but instead with a shield, with a gun.
Yeah.
So you kind of had to aim it as well. So I was like, I don't like this. Can I have a shield? So then I'm not forced to use the gun, but you have to use the gun to.
Yeah, when you watch, if you watched, or if not, when you watch Bloodborne speedruns,
Yeah.
it does look a lot more like being aggressive towards every boss and enemy than other speedruns that are more based
Yeah.
around just running past everything.
Yeah.
And
It is.
also, there's someone who I've talked about a few times on my stream, who does 0 hit runs for Souls games and
Oh,
Bloodborne.
yeah.
And the one that he struggles the absolute most with is Bloodborne.
Yeah, because the bosses are so aggressive
Yeah.
in Bloodborne as well. Like they literally don't stop attacking you, and you're like, okay, I need time to heal. I need time to heal.
Yeah.
Can you stop attacking? I need time to heal. You're just rolling back, rolling back, rolling back, rolling back, and all that sort of thing. It's like they pretty much don't stop attacking you until you parried them.
Yeah. I hope. I forgot that Dark Souls 1 doesn't have omnidirectional rolling. Like, you can't roll wherever you want in Dark Souls 1. You can
Yeah.
only row. I feel like that's going to feel weird when I play it, when the
Yeah.
remaster comes out.
You're just gonna get used to like, oh, can I dodge to the side and stuff like that? And it's like, no.
60. I feel the same time though. 60 FPS will make dodging in Dark Souls 1 feel easier.
Make it. I can finally get payback on Ornstein and Smoke after 30 FPS.
Oh, I feel like for people who have played Dark Souls 1 a lot, the Ornstein and Smo fight with 60 FPS is gonna feel so much bullshit, so much more not bullshit.
Yeah, I mean it's still sometimes a little bit bullshit.
Yeah.
I swear, because sometimes there's like Ornstein's spear did hit me, and apparently it did, and I was like, what? and then afterwards I got to deal with Smo jumping in the air, and it's like, really?
All right, before we switch into some viewer questions, if there are any, my final question about what we were just talking about is: do you kill Ornstein or Smo first?
Oh, I killed Smo first because I love Ornstein's armor.
Nice.
I love his armor.
Gotta go for
always
the
have to
Ornstein
go for the
armor.
Yeah, it's Fashion Souls.
Mhm.
No, it's Fashion Souls.
Fashion Souls is best Souls.
It really is.
Actually, yeah, a lot of people complained about how in Bloodborne there's not a ton of fashion.
Yeah, there's not. You kind of pretty much have the same gear throughout
Yeah.
the entire game. And it's like, really? Because like on Dark Souls 3, I walk around with Artorias' armor because I don't care if it's stat-wise worse. I care about my fashion in that game.
Fashion's the
I
best.
have to look like Artorias because he is my favorite character in Dark Souls.
Nice. All right. Well, that pretty much covers everything. So if anyone in the chat has any questions for me, any questions for Fluffy, any questions about life, about Dark Souls, about games, about Osu, if there's anything, feel free to ask away, and
Best
we can answer.
trap. Me? What?
Best trap. Oh, I don't know if I have someone I want to pick for best trap. Traps aren't my thing.
I'm gonna say I can't say his name, but it's like Astefro. I don't know how to say his name.
Oh, that was one of Am's options. Astolfo?
It's the name, yeah, Astolfo or something like that. I want the pink hair trap.
I'm not even sure who that is.
I know it's from. Actually, where's it from? I can't remember.
I kind of want to look this up now, just to see if I've seen them before. Let's see. Oh, I've seen this person before, but I haven't watched the anime that they're from.
Anime. I can't remember what anime they're from though.
Oh, one of the Fate animes. Fate Grand Order, is that what they're from?
Oh yeah, how could I forget that? My waifu's in there. I feel dumb now. My waifu's in that, and I forgot about the other character.
The only Fate things the only Fate related content I've ever consumed was Fate Stay Night and Fate Zero. But there's so much other Fate stuff that I haven't even.
See, it's annoying because I want to play the Fate game on mobile, but it's not available in the UK.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? So one time, whenever I travel to one time whenever I travel to America, I'm downloading the app on my phone and taking it with me.
Handsome's map set of fate. Oh yeah, right. There's some nice qualified songs right now in Osu.
Everything and anything can get qualified now, apart from good maps. That's the way to put it. That's the way I say. That's the way I say it. If it's qualified, then I know it's a PP map.
Nice.
Like, oh, PP. Then someone gives me an unranked map, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a fun map.
Fox, you asked, what do you think about Sheena? Who's Sheena?
It's probably another trap.
It probably is.
I don't know who it is either.
If I search Sheena Trap.
Oh no, she's not. She's the blonde girl. Sheena Mashiro, I think it is.
Oh, hold on.
I've seen her before. She's the like really smart girl who has like 100 on every test and everything.
What anime is this from? I'm trying to.
I do not know how to pronounce this. Voice with names that I can't pronounce. That's the name of the anime.
Let's see.
The only thing I know is pet.
Sakurasu no pet na kanojo. I think. Seems close enough. I've definitely seen her before, but I haven't watched it. I'm liking how the questions so far are about anime girls and traps.
Yeah. wouldn't be any other way.
Nice. Very, very good. God. But yeah, if anyone has anything else, any other questions or things of the such, it's somehow almost been 2.5 hours since I went live and 2 hours since we started this.
Oh god.
What's my opinion on ranking criteria and PP? Ooh. Actually, have Fluffy, I don't know if you have or if anyone in the chat has, but have any of you participated in the survey that's currently pinned to the top of Osu Game?
Not that I'm aware of. No, I don't really go on the Osu Reddit, to be honest.
I, for some reason, visit it once a day.
I never really visit it. The only thing I see on there, like, because I will admit I've avoided it for the last couple of days because of the HD nerf.
Yeah.
And then there was just memes on there, and I was like, oh no, I don't want to look at this.
I was reading in this survey, it's a bunch of questions about like how you feel about the ranking criteria in PP, and
I might have to actually take that.
It's interesting because I feel like not a lot of people are going to take it and it might have influence on future stuff. So I wanted to take it. But my opinion on the current ranking criteria in PP is it's hard to give. I mean, I guess in terms of how I feel about PP, everything that me and Fluffy talked about earlier with the possible changes.
Like, I'm not going to lie, it's the best way is I don't dislike it, but I know it can be improved and I want it to be improved. That's why I moan about it. I'm not gonna say, "Oh, get rid of PP," because it's like it's something there for at least for competitive people if they still want to be there. Because I don't know how many people would actually still play Osu if PP wasn't around.
Yeah,
that's like the question I always say. It's like I'd like something there to choose that there is a ranking system, but I want it to be improved.
Yeah,
I don't want it to be get rid of PP because it also gets rid of the problem of problem solving, but I want something to show that, like, oh, hey, this is the difference between these two ranks. Like, why are these different?
Yeah. I think for the ranking criteria, for me, I don't think the ranking criteria itself is that bad, but I think that some maps shouldn't be ranked. Like, I wish it wasn't the case that really not rhythm following 1-2 jump maps.
Jumps.
Yeah.
1-2 jumps. No, like the ranking criteria, I believe, and obviously there is some sort of like, oh hey, if you rank my map, I rank your map sort of thing going on. Like there's no without a doubt that's going on, but it's just I don't want people who come into the game, because the way I see ranked maps is that these maps have been qualified. People have looked through these maps. These are the maps that people are going to play who are new to the game.
Yeah.
They're going to be new to the game. And they think, oh, this game's just about 1-2 jumps. And then you give them a tech map, and then they're like, what are doubles? What are these? What's this slider? You know, you kind of have to go on your own route to find those.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I thought the ranking criteria was supposed to stop. Was
The quality assurance team is what they have to get by.
I have to show you a map that is made by someone in the quality assurance team.
Oh.
And oh boy, is that a map? Yeah.
Oh no. Do you know the name of it?
Yes, and I'm pretty sure you'll know the name of it as well.
Oh boy.
Wait,
I'm excited for this.
Alright, here it is. You'll know the map, definitely. I just had to type in sunshine.
Oh no.
There you go.
Oh yes.
That's a jumping heart. And this is someone who's in the quality assurance team.
Wait, oh really? You're right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well.
Yeah, just try that map when you can, and you'll be like, you sometimes think, is there hope for Osu? Sometimes, or in the ranking criteria.
I wish. Yeah, I guess it sucks most for new players.
Yeah, because that and to be honest, when you're a new player, you don't know what these so-called unranked maps are. You don't know what qualified means. You don't know what loved means. The first thing you see is the ranked criteria.
Yeah.
You see, and it even says on Osu, if I believe, if you look on bmapped ranked, it's okay, never mind. It used to say, I believe, on the website, like these maps are qualified and has been assured that these are player friendly maps. Like, that's when I always kind of got annoyed when like a tech map that was pretty much, you could say, impossible to FC or impossible to get good accuracy on was ranked.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I always thought in my mind that ranked was, you had to make sure that it was FCable. It can be hard. It can be hard. Like, look at Yomiuri. Yomiuri is really hard, but it is FCable. It is, as we've seen nearby Kukazi, it is near FCable. But it may be really difficult, but it's FCable. Unlike some maps where they're literally not possible to FC.
Yeah.
Like, Aspire's different because that's completely different. But I meant my actual different types of maps.
What is Aspire a thing this year? I forgot about Aspire. I want it to happen again though.
I don't know. I hope it is, because I do like it when creativity comes out into maps.
Yeah. I'm looking at the qualified section right now to see if there's anything here that whenever I see something like Sotarks is just ranked monochrome butterfly and qualified, it's like,
that's a good map though. That was one I was like, that is a good map. Like,
the one you linked me. I thought you were talking about monochrome butterfly.
Oh no.
I was like, wait.
The only good, the only good Sotarks map I have liked is his Nuari map, the very technical one.
Yes, that's the same for me.
Yeah, that's the only Sotarks map I like, because this is one thing I will say about Sotarks. He has talent to map. He just chooses not to do good maps. He rushes his maps just for PP jumps because he knows that's what gets people playing his maps.
Yeah.
Because it's easy PP and it's less time consuming. He'd rather do something that's less time consuming, get a lot more people playing his maps, get a lot more people talking about him and saying, "Oh, I like your maps," or "I dislike your maps," talking about his maps, instead of working maybe, like 12 hours a day on this one technical map that hardly anyone's going to play.
Holy shit, Sotarks is Black Ops 4. He wants to go really, really quick and just get people talking about it.
Oh, wow.
But he has the potential to do really, really good quality.
Sotarks is Black Ops 4 confirmed.
Oh my god.
Post that on Reddit.
Oh
but
man.
Yeah, that's my thoughts on Sotarks, and I personally, I I can't say I dislike him as a person,
Mhm.
but I'm more on the side I dislike him as a person after the song compilation thing.
Mm.
Because you remember he said, "Oh, I think the meme's gone too far. I might just make it loved."
Yeah.
Says all this and then makes it ranked, and it's like you just two-faced yourself right here. Like, would you want to be a good mapper that maps to the memes, or are you just literally just a new Monstrada PP mapper? Because when people say Sotox is like Monstrada in terms of PP, I disagree. Like Monstrada makes his maps at least difficult. He maps to the way he feels it is meant to be mapped. He doesn't just do 1-2 because 1-2.
Yeah.
You know, he did triangles and stuff like that, but at least they were like during the Kai moments, and they were during like the big chorus or the big drum sections.
Mm-hmm.
But you got like his really good maps, like his what's that one called? A and B remix.
He has a lot of really good, especially later on, like when Monstrada when he stopped focusing on more farmy maps.
Yeah,
they were all pretty good.
Like his alternation styled maps.
Yeah. Am says he thinks what pushed people disliking Sotarks as a person was when he commented on the baby metal guitarist dying. And he said, what did he say? He said, good riddance or something?
Yeah, like, I don't know. I didn't even know about that, to be honest. But it's just, like, stupid things like that. And it's just, like, he thinks it may be funny or something like that. And it's just like, no, it's just getting to the point where it's just getting ridiculous now.
Yeah.
But I'll give him credit, though. At least he finally managed to make changes in the PP system.
That's true.
Because of the what he's doing. I give him credit there. But
that is true.
But then I see a tweet from him, I believe like 3 days ago or something like that, and he just said, "No worries, I'm gonna just make hard rock farm maps."
Yeah.
Just like, yay.
A lot of people are playing them.
Yeah, I mean that's why whenever I like the K -1 rank, I just say like, "Oh, someone farmed some rocks." You know, it doesn't demotivate you that you lost ranks. But the monster map I was going on about was Dancing Dolls Monochrome.
Let me search this. If I search this in Google, will it come up with the Yosu map? Oh, I got the opening to Soul Eater.
I linked you the map. It's actually a really good map.
Oh yeah, I remember this. This is the first no mod more streamy. Obviously, it's not like a high BPM or anything, but this is the first streamy no mod map I ever FC'd.
Yeah, that map is just. I really love that map.
That's a good map. Wow, I forgot about this. And I forgot he mapped this as well.
Yeah, like those sort of styles that he done, I really like more of these consistency, higher like combos sort of ones. It's like I guess you could say for my Osu goal in like my Osu career is to FC Orvid with HDHR.
Oh,
that is my long-term goal because right now I FC'd it with no mod.
Nice.
Now I'm trying to FC it with hard rock, and then I gotta FC it with hidden hard rock.
HDHR, damn.
Yeah.
That would be insane. Does Rahulk? Yeah, Rahulk does have a HDHR FC on that.
The only HDHR, and that's what motivates me because I'm like, I don't want him to be the only one.
Have I even? I don't have a play on this map. I haven't even played this.
13-minute map, and it's a 4,000 combo.
Damn.
I believe it's like 6 minutes, and then you finally get a break.
Wow.
So it's like it's pretty challenging. Like it definitely tests your consistency. Like right now, I'm the only UK player to FC that. And it was like, hey, I sniped Carthy.
Oh yeah, I see. I'm looking at the top 50.
Yeah. But it is definitely a goal of mine.
That's cool. One of my goals is to get a decent pass on the 8-star Yomiuri.
Oh, Yomiuri.
Good goals.
I guess you could say your 220 BPM streams are definitely going to be improved
Yeah.
after a while.
That's I need that stream speed, that 220 BPM.
I can't go too fast myself. I can only go up to like, I think literally my fingers lock at 220. That's it. But I can't go any faster.
Getting consistency for higher BPMs than you're used to is so hard to do. Because even if you get it for one day, the next day
it's just got like, what was it? I was doing Blue Zenith at one point, and I was able to get 1,000 combo. I play it again, and I'm like, I can't get that again. I can't do that again. Like, hello, where did you go?
Well, if anyone in the chat has any remaining questions, we've gotten some nice Osu and Anime Girl questions so far. If anyone has anything about life, about streaming, about cats, and do you have a cat or dog, Fluffy?
I have 2 cats, but they're technically not mine.
Oh.
They're technically my sisters that just kind of live here.
Nice.
So, they kind of just moved in.
The cat I have right now is actually the first cat that's been, like, actually mine. Like, I signed the adoption paper for it.
Oh.
I didn't even realize that. I have a cat. It's actually mine.
No, I've had a few pets myself. I've had a few cats. I've had hamsters. I've had fish. I've had birds, and I've had, I believe, a snake at one point. Oh, and a tarantula at one point. But they're the only type of pets I've had.
I feel like a lot of younger people as well will always go through like a hamster or a bird
or something like really small and stuff like that.
It's interesting. I wonder why. I guess because kids want those. You want a small, cute little animal.
Yeah, like this weird, fluffy little thing. Hey, play. It's like I've never had a dog though, so I'm kind of like I've always wanted a dog, but it's like I've never had one when I was a kid, so I don't know how to take care of one. So it'll be like, how do I deal with you, sort of thing, when it lands in the house.
Does anyone? How actually, you know what? Are you a dog person or a cat person? If you even feel like you are a dog or cat person.
I don't know. I'm probably more leaning towards cats because that's what I grew up with. But I can get along with dogs fine because, like, as soon as the dog comes up to me, like, I'm instantly like, stroking it and all that sort of thing, like petting it. So I'm fine with either, but for comfort-wise, I'll probably be more for a cat since it can just lay on my lap and stuff. Where a dog kind of makes me, I have to play with it.
That's like my current cat, Java, is the most dog cat, and it's confusing me because my previous cats were just like sleep all day and lay around, but Java's like constantly, if he's awake, he will be meowing and asking me to play fetch with him and run around with him.
Dog cat.
He's a good boy though. Critality, you say you're a spider person. You're a 2D girl person. It's a good type of pet to want. 2D girls and spiders. What if you mix them though? 2D spider girl? I don't know.
2D spider girl. I've seen way too much Monster Musume to know where this is leading.
Oh no.
You have seen that, right? The spider. Yeah. That's what happens.
All right, well, we're approaching that. My sense of time is off. Shit, wait, how long has it been? We're approaching that. Almost three. It can't have been 3 hours. 2.5.
Yeah.
2.5 is what we're approaching. Damn, this has been the longest KoiCast I've done. I think the first one was 2 hours. The second one I did was like an hour and a half. The third one I did was like an hour and a half. Yeah. This is the longest one.
It's the longest one.
Well, I think now that I've covered all the questions and all that stuff and all the talking points and that everyone's asked some questions, is there anything remaining
Fluffy, that you want to bring up or say to anyone? I don't know why you, but
probably one thing, and it's OST related, but please enjoy game.
please enjoy game. Have to enjoy game.
Best way to end it, right there.
Even if farming's what you enjoy game.
Yeah, it's just as long as you're enjoying the game, you can be doing whatever you want. You could be playing AR8 all day, every day. It's just as long as you enjoy the game, it's all good.
Please enjoy. Wise words from Raruchi. All right. Well, that's a good note to end on. Fluffy, thanks for doing this.
That's no problem. Thank you for inviting me.
Glad to have you on as the first Discord guest. The first guest who I don't know in real life.
It's a pleasure being in the first one. Oh, whoa.
Ooh. How do you say that? You say oh, whoa?
I say, okay, I pronounce it 2 different ways, but it started as a joke between me and my friends to say oh, whoa. Because I said to my friends who are non-weeb speaking, and they thought it was pronounced oh, whoa. So they were like, what does oh, whoa mean? So then I was like, it's pronounced O-W-O, like you sped it out, but we're going to keep with the meme of O-wo.
I always say ooh woo. That's ever since I first read it, that's how I say it. I don't even say O-W-O.
Nah, I used to always say O-W-O, but now it just comes out of the tongue naturally, O-wo.
Oh well.
As well now. So you just hear PUBG, little squad just screaming out, oh.
Oh my god. Nice. All right. That's an even better note to end on, actually. Talking about oh, whoa.
Oh.
Well, thanks again. That was actually really fun. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Hope you had a good time.
Yep.
And I will probably talk to you next on stream in your chat or in my chat or somewhere.
Yeah, or tomorrow because of the tourney.
True, I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
I even mentioned that at the beginning.
Alright, but take care, man.
You too.
Yeah. Alright. See you
Alright,
later.
thanks.
Bye, chat.
See ya.
Bye.
All right. Well, 'twas good. 'Twas very, very good. Oh, I feel so alone now. How does one stream when they just got a full face cam and it's just themselves? I've forgotten how this works. That was awesome. That was really fun. I should probably say this for when it's uploaded in audio form, and I guess when it's on YouTube and SoundCloud and iTunes. That's been the 4th KoiCast. Interview and talk time with xfluffyo. Check him out on Twitch if you haven't. Twitch.tv/xfluffyo. He's got chill streams. He's good. All right. Thanks for listening while you have. Thanks for watching while you have. If you're listening or watching this on YouTube, SoundCloud, or iTunes. And looking forward to the next one. Next KoiCast, another 2 weeks from now. I don't know who we'll have on. I don't know if we'll have someone on. Maybe it'll be another dream journal situation. Who knows? But I definitely look forward to doing more interview-styled, having a guest on podcasts in the future. Because that was awesome. And that was really fun. And I don't know the last time on stream that almost 3 hours of time have gone by as fast as they have this time. So, if anyone here on the stream... Actually, before I say that, I should just say, and that's it. That's where I'll end it for the audio and video.